guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming how I did my makeup on my wedding day. I've posted several pictures of like our wedding pictures and close-ups of my makeup and stuff on my Instagram, and people have requested me do this video, so I'm going to be doing this today. I am wearing my bride sweatshirt that I got ready in on our wedding day. It's got the pink glitter and says bride, so it just takes me back. I know, like, this is so corny and cliche, but my bridesmaids and I did our own makeup. I'm very, very, very picky on makeup, and I just couldn't even trust like a professional to do my makeup the way that I wanted it to be done. I got married in November, so about 7 months ago. I picked a fall wedding because I didn't want to be sweating bullets on our wedding day. I didn't want a summer wedding and be 90 degrees and all that. And guess what temperature it was on our wedding day? Yeah, it was like 85, it was 88, something like that. So we were sweating, but it's okay. It was still a great day and everything went smoothly. There was no hiccups or anything like that. So it was a great day. If you want to follow me on Instagram, there's a lot of pictures on there of, you know, more stuff other than makeup. So I'm going to try and make this like a really detailed video, so it might be lengthy. If you want to grab a snack. Fun fact, I always have Cheez-Its when I'm filming videos. I don't know why. That's all I think about when I'm like fixing to film a video. I'm like, okay, let me grab something and a drink. I always go for Cheez-Its. I don't know why. So most of y'all know this about me, but I'm a super dry skin person. I love to moisturize on a daily basis, on a regular day, but on my wedding day, I wanted to make sure that I looked very dewy and moisturized. I didn't want to look dry or matte. I'm just not about that life. I'm not a matte girl. I like lip gloss and I like moisturized, dewy skin. So I used my moisturizer that day. I don't know which one I was using then, but I have completely switched gears. I know from then, because that was 7 months ago, to this stuff. It is awesome. It is like the best moisturizer I've ever used. This moisturizer is by Belief. It's the True Cream Moisturizing Balm. Oh my God, it lasts all day. Comes in a little jar like this. Like, you can just feel the moisture when you put it on your skin. Like, oh, it's amazing. I think I actually put like 2 layers of foundation on that day just because that's how dewy I wanted to look. And then I'm not normally a primer girl, but this day that I did wear a primer, and I just got the one that said Angel Veil because it reminded me of a bride. And I've also heard a lot of people use this and love it. So I used this primer because I really didn't want to be going back to the bathroom and like touching my makeup all, you know, touching up my makeup during the wedding and all that. I wanted to be getting ready, finish my makeup, and not have to look at it again the whole night. So this is the primer that I used. Also for pictures, I think primers really help kind of smooth out your skin, and on a regular everyday day, I just don't care about that. It's just one less step that I have to do in the morning. I'd rather sleep that extra minute. All right, so again, I'm not a primer wearer on a daily basis, and I'm not a concealer wearer on a daily basis. But on my wedding day, I did do both of those things. And I concealed before my foundation and after, just to get a lot of brightness. This is my favorite concealer by far. It's the Shape Tape by Tarte, and I use the color Fair Neutral. So I just put it under my eyes. And then just some spots that I always have blemishes. And then I need to go wet this sponge to make it work correctly. Be right back. Now I have a wet sponge, yay! Okay, see how much bigger it got? All right, so then just dab all this, blend it in. I was also spray tanned during my wedding, so I was a lot more tan than I am now. But a thing that I do when I do spray tan is when I get home from going to get it, I take a makeup wipe and immediately let it clean off my face, because I don't like my face skin to look like I have a spray tan, because I think it doesn't look natural, and more than likely your foundation's not going to be the right color. And so I just go ahead and take it off of my face, and then I just bronze the heck out of my skin to make it match like my neck and my shoulders and stuff. Another fun fact about me. Just throwing out all the facts today. So see how much coverage that already gives you? Like this concealer is just amazing. So I like just put it here and under my eyes, and it's basically covered my whole face. It's amazing stuff. Very, very full coverage. And I do always go ahead and put it over my eyelids too, just to make it all blend well. Another fun fact is I only film videos when my husband is gone. I think I've filmed one video when he was here and I hated every second of it. I was like on guard because I cannot film a video and know that he is listening to me. It makes it so awkward and I can't be myself, and I'm just shy, and yeah, it's just not pretty. So he just left to go run some errands, and I was like, I'm going to film a video right now. Alright, so the foundation that I used on my wedding day was NARS All Day Luminous something, and it was in the shade Santa Fe. That was my ride or die foundation until I started using the NARS, what's this one called? Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. There's things I like about both, and there's things I don't like about both. The thing that I like about the All Day Luminous one, I think that's what it's called, the other one. It's something luminous. Yeah, because this doesn't have the word luminous in it. It's the luminous one is much more dewy looking, like a dewier of a finish. And to me, it's a smidge more full coverage. This stuff is just a little less full coverage, but it's a little, not matte, but I guess a little bit more of a natural finish skin tone. Hence the name Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. And this is the shade Deauville. So this is what I'm using right now, but honestly, I think I do like the other one better, but I'm just gonna keep using this until it's gone. And then go back to old Santa Fe. Alright, and I do believe that brushes make a world of difference, especially if you're gonna be taking pictures and stuff like that. I do have a friend that just like puts her foundation on with her hand and just like does this to make her foundation. And to me, it just doesn't have the most blended look after everything. So to me, brushes make a world of difference. And Morphe has some of the best brushes, and they're not super expensive. To me, it's a really, really good investment. I've been using the same brushes for like 3 or 4 years now. So I mean, like, $15, $20 for a brush, just well worth it. So I used the Morphe Y6. It is the best. It's a flat top and it just like glides on your skin. I used to use, let's see if I still have it. Hello? Filming a video. Yep, you're on camera right now. Yep. Because you called while I'm filming and yet the camera's rolling. Mama, I can edit it out. I'm not really gonna put you on my video. Alright, bye. I'm gonna put you in my video, mama. Okay, so foundation. I put it on the back of my hand. 3 squirts is what I use. Take my brush. y'all can see. Let me zoom y'all in a little bit, just so y'all can see like a lot of detail in my skin and how this applies. Make sure and blend it up into your hairline too. That was a big thing that I was really careful to not. I didn't want to have a line because I did have a spray tan, and usually you can see like a line. Although I use the makeup wipe and take most of it off, it still leaves like a layer, like from the tanning bed where I get the spray tan done to home is a good 45 minutes until I can actually get home and wipe it off. So it does leave a little bit of a tan. It just doesn't leave near as intense. Okay, oh, so here comes my second layer of concealer, because you really don't see like a ton of brightness under my eyes because now the foundation's over it. So conceal these places here. You want like the high points of your face to be highlighted. And so this part down your nose, and then like here, I like to be a little bit lighter in tone, like lighter in color. Not like that, but a little bit. I'm not a big contour person. I just like to naturally do it with like concealer and bronzer. Okay, so now you can see a lot more brightness under my eyes. I love that look. I love when it looks very bright. You don't want it to be like white, but I just like the lightness. All right, and then there's the powder. All right, I'm not a big powder wearer either. I hate powder. I hate how it feels on my skin, but sometimes you just have to do it, like on days like your wedding day, to make things stay in place. This is the Makeup Forever HD High Definition Powder. Comes in a little thing like this, and I take this beauty blender and just dab it in here, and then do just like pressing motions. You don't want to like start sweeping it, because that's gonna just take all the foundation and concealer off. If you think I'm taking a lot of time on my skin, that's just because girls that have pretty skin, I'm just like drooling. So I make mine look good. I don't have naturally great skin, but on this day I want it to look like I do. So for bronzer, I'm using the Hoola by Benefit, and I have a brush by Morphe again. It's M177. Just dab. And so I did contour a little bit on that day, which is like in the hollows of your cheeks right here, both spots, and then I do like up here by the temples, and then I don't think I bronzed anything else. I don't normally. I do think you can go a little bit more dramatic on your wedding day too. Not like, you don't want it to look like your everyday makeup, so you do want it to look different. So you can do a little bit more, I think, just to make it look a little extra special. And then next would be blush. And I did use the palette that I'm still using to this day, the Jaclyn Hill by Becca. It's got the 3 blushes and then 2 highlighters. And I use this middle one. It's called Amaretto. And this is another Morphe. It's an E4. These are super... Sorry. My dog's just freaked out. I always drop something in these videos. These are super pigmented, so be careful if you do have this palette. You can literally just like dab it once. Don't even like have to do this. Just literally go and it's enough. So put this right here on the apples of your cheeks. And then highlight. Oh girl, I highlighted on wedding day. I made sure of that. And then I used the Champagne Pop in this palette to highlight. This is a Morphe Y14. Again, highlight the high points of your face. So like up here on your cheekbones, your nose, the front of your chin, and then like right here in the forehead. And sometimes if I'm feeling real special, I highlight right here too. I'm sure I did on wedding day. Okay, so the skin is done. 28 minutes into filming, my skin is done. So I'm gonna zoom you in so you can really see up and close. It's very, very full coverage, very dewy, very luminous. Got some color, bronzer. If y'all can hear that thunder. Sharp cheddar and Parmesan Cheez-Its. Ah! Life-changing. I'm usually an extra toasty Cheez-It fan. The ones that are like burnt, they make a whole box of those now. But these, I think just one-upped them. Okay, so next is eyes. And I made sure and use an eyeshadow primer. And I'm gonna do eyeshadow today, the first time on camera. Not an eyeshadow wearer on a regular basis either. But this eyeshadow primer is amazing. It is made by Urban Decay. And I use the color Sin. And it's in this little tube and it has this little applicator. And it's like a creamy substance, and you just put this on your eyelid. It creates like a base for your eyeshadow to make it not crease. If you didn't use this, you could use concealer, which works well, but to me this works a little better. I wear this as eyeshadow most days, like my everyday makeup. This is all I put on. It's just got just a little bit of shimmer in it. So on my wedding day, I did use a Morphe palette. The Morphe eyeshadows are like some of the best eyeshadows. Actually, to me, they are the best. Okay, yeah, this is the one that I used. It was the 35T. It's huge. It's like the size of my head. And it is mainly like purpley tones and brown tones. A lot of shimmery colors, a lot of mattes. There's a lot of everything in this palette. There's like some gray tones too, so it has a little bit of everything. To me, for my eye color, I have like dark green eyes. They're not brown, but they're definitely on the green side. So purpley tones to me go really well with green eye colors. Eyeshadow can be very intimidating, but it is necessary on wedding day. So this is the palette that I used. I'm going to try and recreate the look that I did, but honestly, the eyeshadow portion of getting ready that day was pretty intense. We were like getting to be in a hurry and I was just like, putting every color in this palette on me just because I was just slapping stuff on my eyelid. So I do know that I always start with like colors like this right here, just like a very neutral brown to create the base. If I know anything about eyeshadow, it's get you some good brushes. Morphe M441. It's like a fluffy, medium size brush. It's not huge, it's not real small, it's just kind of medium size. So we're gonna start with this color. I don't know the names of these, but I'm just gonna show you. And then just sweep that all over. Don't go too high with it though. You don't want it to be like up here in your brow bone. I think starting with like those neutral brown tones just makes everything blend a little bit easier, and you don't ever see like the underneath white skin. Y'all see that? I'm gonna put a little bit more. Okay, so after you've put the light neutral brown, I just use that same brush and then go a shade darker and then a shade darker and then a shade darker as it goes like that. So out of the palette, the next one I'm gonna use, I'm gonna go a little bit purplier. Is that a word? I'm gonna use this one right here. And just, ooh, see how much pigment there is on that one? Some shadows can be a lot more pigmented than others, but this is definitely a good thing. Definitely stay low with these darker colors. You don't want these getting high. That can make you look like you got a black eye, and that's not a good look. So now you want to add some depth to your crease. So you're going to need a smaller brush than this because this is way too big just to get in a precise area. So I'm going to use, this is the M514. It's just a lot smaller. Here, I'll show you the comparison to the one that I just used. So this one is the one I'm fixing to use in my crease. See how much bigger that one is? So you definitely want it to be small enough to get in there precisely. So now I'm gonna add some depth, and so you want some deeper colors. So I'm going to use this deep grapey purple down here. I'm gonna dab this one very lightly so it don't go crazy. And I'm gonna put this right here in the crease, just like on the outer edges. I'm gonna do circular motions, but just stay very, very tight in that little area. Okay, so now you've got that dimension. I'm going to zoom you in again so you can see up close. Okay, I'm going to keep y'all zoomed in so you can see up close on this next part. For the brow bone, like right here, is take a highlighter, a very light highlighter, like this is Becca Opal, and just use like a tiny little stiff brush and highlight your brow bone before you do your eyebrows, just so that's not like blank. And then to me, you can, the reason I do it before I put my eyebrows on is because when you get your spoolie, you can just clean up the hairs from what got on them from the highlight. Okay, so next will be eyebrows. I'm gonna go back in with that shadow in a little bit and do the lower lash line. But now I'm gonna do eyebrows. I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the color medium brown. And so I like to clean up the hairs first and get everything like powder wise out of them. And if you a girl that has naturally full eyebrows, I'm jealous of you. And so I didn't want to do anything real dramatic and real trendy because we never know how long these trends are gonna last. We may look back in 5 years and say, oh my God, I remember when I used to fill in my eyebrows. So I just wanted it to be very natural, very just, you know, my natural shape. I didn't want to make it something crazy. So I'm just going with my natural shape. Unfortunately, I have very, very thin eyebrows. Let's zoom you in a little more so you can see. Mama's calling again. All right, so going with my natural shape. Mine arches about there. So I'm just gonna make that a little bit more defined and then define the tip or the tail, whatever. And then just really basically go down the line of my own eyebrow. My own, like I borrowed it from somebody. And then just basically fill that in. This front part right here, like this part, the inner part of your eyebrow is the hardest to me because you just don't want it to look super unnatural. And you want it to kind of start with the corner of your eye right here. You want it to be about there. So that's my goal every day in life. This pencil is really good too because it's really skinny. It gets in there very lightly. It doesn't give you like one big thick line or anything like that. The brow definer does, which is the other version of this, and it's got a much larger tip on it and it makes it a lot more dramatic. And I think this is easier to make it look more natural. So again, I'm just gonna go with my natural shape. Not that they're ever gonna be perfectly matched. I don't know if I mentioned too that we did have an outdoor wedding. It was kind of like in a garden setting. And so I think a lot of things show up on camera outside that wouldn't normally show up indoors. So I'd be very careful in making everything look very natural because you didn't want like the camera to pick up on lines and stuff. I always like to go back over the top of my brow like that just to cut out any harsh lines. Do they match? All right, so next I'm gonna do like eyeliner on the top of my eyelid. And I've used this same eyeliner for like, I don't even know how long now, like literally 3 or 4 years. Not the same tube, just the same type. This is the NYX matte liquid liner. So it is a drugstore one, not very expensive, but it's very good and it's very matte and it's very black. One thing I did forget to do, the same brush that I just highlighted my brow bone with, this stiff one, and do the same thing with this Becca Opal and highlight the inner corners of your eye. That's a thing I forget a lot, is to do the inner corner. Okay. Okay, so now back to the eyeliner, the liquid liner. Okay, so I love winged liner. I love how it looks, but I'm not gonna do that. I didn't want to do anything, sorry I'm touching the camera. I didn't want to do anything like real trendy or real I could regret in 30 years. So I'm just gonna do a pretty thick line on my upper lash line. I'll zoom you in so you can see. I actually need to be a little closer, so I'm going to use like a little compact. I just do it kind of roughly. I don't really do it real super precise because I'm gonna put lashes on and they're gonna lay on top of this, but it just creates a line to not have any separation that you can see underneath the lash strip from my natural eyelashes to that strip. So this just kind of creates a base. Okay. Let me zoom you in so you can see. I'll do the same thing on the other eye and be right back. Okay, so now I've done both eyes with the eyeliner, and I'm gonna make just a thin layer of mascara. You don't need much because you're gonna put lashes on, or at least I did. You're gonna do your eyelashes just so they blend well with the false lashes. My go-to mascara is that Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal, I think. I'm going to put the lashes on. Okay, let me tell you all about the lashes. So I wanted something very, very dramatic, very full, and very bold. I do not remember the name of the ones that I wore, but these are the closest ones that I can find that are the most similar. These are made by Lily Lashes. These are the Sydney, and they're very, very, very bold. I don't know if you can see that. Very bold, which I think is a good thing on your wedding day because you can just get away with like real drama. So this stuff, it's the Huda Beauty Lash Glue, fast drying and waterproof. It's amazing, such a game changer. So what I'm gonna do is put the glue on the lash. You don't want to skimp out on your glue. Put a generous amount on the lash because you don't want your lashes flying off in the wind. So the next secret, blow on the glue to dry it halfway. Get it like to a tacky stance, not where it's just like out of the tube and wet. You want it to kind of dry a little bit. All right, so once your glue is dried a little bit, you're gonna carefully lay the lash on your eyelid. You're gonna use your tweezers and then just grab the lash and press it down towards your eyelid to make sure that it's laying flush. Okay, so So there's one. Okay, so my lashes are on. These might be a little more dramatic than most people like on their wedding day, but I like it. Okay, so now we're gonna make the bottom half of your eyes blend with the top. So we're gonna go back in with that same eyeshadow palette. And we're gonna use a definer brush, like a very, very thin, straight across brush. This is made by Sigma and it's the E15. And we're gonna use that dark grape color again. And we're gonna just buff that underneath the lashes, your lower lashes. You wanna start with the darkest on your bottom. To me, you want the darkest color like hugging up next to your lashes, and then smoke it out with all those other tones. I've always been one that likes a bold lower lash line, so this may seem like really dark to some people, but to me, I like it. So now you've got your darkest color on, and now you're gonna just take another definer brush. This is a different one than I just used because I don't want to use that same one with that dark color on it. And now we're just gonna smoke it out with some brown tones. So I'm gonna start with the one right above the grape, right here in that brown. It's got a little bit of shimmer to it too. So I'm just gonna go over that dark plum color. Is it a plum or a grape? I called it both. And now I'm just gonna go in with kind of a bigger brush just to smoke it out a little bit more and not look so liney. I don't want it to look like I just drew a line with a pencil. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit bigger of a brush. This is the Sigma E55. It's just a fluffy little short stubby thing. And I'm gonna go in with this one here, this little bit lighter brown. And just really drag it down so it's not so bold of a line. You see the difference in how much that made and how much bolder this one looks than this. This looks a lot more like natural and smoky. Now I'm going to put mascara on the bottom. I'm gonna zoom you in so you can really see. Your lower lashes, lay it on thick. At least do 2 or 3 coats of mascara on your lower lashes. And believe it or not, it really does show up in pictures too, especially ones a little bit more close up. You don't want them to look bare. And then you got all this going up on the top. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom you in one more time so you can really see. Okay, so now all we have left is lips and then setting everything. So first I'm going to set my eyebrows. This is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. This stuff works great too. It's like glue for your eyebrows. Okay, and then I'm going to set everything with MAC Fix Plus. That also gives you a little bit more dewy of a finish after everything's done. And then lips. Okay, I'm gonna go get this lipstick that I used on my wedding day. It is made by Dose of Colors and it's called Rosé. It's kind of like a mauve-y tone, but it does have some purplish undertones to it, so it kind of really pulls everything together with the eyeshadow. Alright, this lipstick has a glossier, I wouldn't say glossy, it's kind of more of a satin, I guess. It's not glossy, but it's not matte by any means either. Alright, this is it. This is the final product. I think everything that I did was pretty easy. I don't think you have to be a professional makeup artist, because I'm sure not. I know there's girls out there that are way more talented and, you know, actually went to school for this type of thing, and I just do what I like and watch YouTube videos and teach myself how to do things. So I know this is very dramatic makeup. This is definitely not everyday makeup, even for someone like me who likes dramatic. You definitely don't have to wear lashes. You can wear whatever you want to wear on your wedding day. It's your day, girlfriend, and you can tweak this and take from it what you want. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you like it. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, and let me know what you want to see me do next.